sorry, to lose, should I say, because they've really rounded off their draft absolutely excellently.
Rain easy win. if I
Man,
if I don't see Rain go Journey Boots first item, he's trolling. Okay, like Journey Boots. Oh, no, I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. It's legit
well,
super good.
what about teleport boots?
I'm gonna say no to that. And for that, I'm out. Okay.
No. I do agree with you. Journey boots first item, followed by no, he could go pulse weave first item,
KOTH is
maximum,
a
then
tank
followed
item
by
he could go,
journey.
but he literally only needs 2 items to become relevant. Dragon's Eye, Eve of Harvest, end of story. Then you're done. Then you are done. Go Super Tank, go. You can go War Chest, you can go Journey Boots, you can go for like anything you want. You can even go
Oh
Tornado Trigger if you want. I don't
no,
care, but you need
I'm
those
telling you
items.
what. You know what I think Flourish is going to come out with, because he likes to play around a little bit. He likes to have a bit of fun. I would not be surprised if he goes for double boots. I
Double Boots.
Yeah, I'm genuinely, I'm not surprised. I'm not going to say it's a good idea. It could make sense if they're ahead and they're kind of really having control of this game, and the double boots would really play a strong part of securing those team fights. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if Far Show came out with double boots.
Well, I'm not sure if a double boost would be good here because like they got so many melee characters. He doesn't really need to close the gap that often. I think like I don't know. Journey Boots for me would be completely enough. Then go Dragon's Eye.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Dragon's Eye. Eve of Harvest. Then go just full tank. Pulse would also be a really good item. Didn't mention it. I didn't think about it, but would be super smart in this situation. So yeah, it's just like he has to go for his 2 core items, and that's all you need against these comp because they also don't have that much burst. They have the Reza, they have the Vox. They literally have only 2 carries. Get your defense, and you're good to go. You're just gonna roll on them.
Was that? No, I thought that was actually taken
Nah.
by Miguel.
Me
but
too. I was
no.
like, nah.
If that had been, that would have been the greatest steal of all time. I swear to God. But nice rotation coming out from both teams. I do like the synergy that's coming out from MLG. Nothing that we haven't seen already come out from them in this King of the Hill series. So yeah, they're just kind of they're playing a bit of a safer game as well, I feel. Flourish just looking to follow its pokey in through the jungle, get those levels, get that kind of gold, get that ambience so he can get those journey boots, so he can get those 2 damage items, and then unleash hell onto the enemy team along with the Meline, the Charmwalker, and the Lance.
I'm just looking at the build. Flourish went back to base, gone for triple crystal bits and boots. So he is starting to go for the boots right now. And it's going to be nice to see how that one works out throughout the entire game. Yeah, like so far in terms of itemization, we do have then confirm we're going to have Real Pancake. He's not going to go for the carry Ardent. I've been seeing quite recently, I've been seeing a fair bunch of Spell Sword, Aftershock, Ardent. So I wouldn't have been surprised if that would have been a decisive pickup for him, but that will not be the case. He's going to go fully utility into this game. Rikadu also going for the, he did go for the Dragon Blood contract. So looking for that little bit of an offensive early game, but hasn't gone for like any kind of jungle invasion, not trying to be annoying, which you want to see from a Flicker. If you pick Flicker, if you don't make your enemies rage quit, you're not playing it right.
Well, especially when you have a Dragon Blood contract first pickup, it's kind of like, what's the point if you're not really taking advantage of it? And yes, it's an item that you can use up to 10, 12 minutes into the game, but to get the most out of it as an item, you need to use it quite, more often than not in the first 5-6 minutes max on. He's yet to really pull it out of the bag and make it an effective item pickup, but we'll see. It's still overall early games. The goal difference is slightly in the favor of MLG, but it's very limited, very close between the two teams.
Crystal Treant, can you steal it away? No, you can't. Unfortunately, you're going to be secured by NNV2 right there. It's a 3v2 situation if they do decide to engage it, so that's not to the advantage of MLG. Just call that day back off for now.
What I think is very interesting is that it's a top Charmwalker that's come out from MLG. It's unusual. It's something we haven't seen, but it seems to be overall slightly working in their favor. I thought it was going to be a top lane Lance and a support Charmwalker, but they've gone for that support Charmwalker. I don't know if it's going to provide that much for Lolly, but Impale landed.
Yeah, NNV2 forced out the flash there, unfortunately, but still, Meline early game just very hard to deal with. She is level 4, so she has already gone through that power spike we were talking about. Level 2 when she gets those 5 abilities up. So you have to be a little bit careful there, Reza. You don't want to look for the engagement if you're not sure and you're not able to 100% commit to that fight. Just got to be a little bit careful. Still, 4 minutes, 30 seconds in. We have almost a 1,000 gold lead going over to the side of MLG. So still nothing alarming, but still you want to see the side of Vainglory just trying to go for and committing a little bit more to their fun. But right now in the top lane, Miguel in a little bit of a bad spot right now. Going to get slowed by Flicker, just coming back in, does get the contract proc onto Miguel. Going to get dived under turret. Did use the flask, but that will not be enough. Miguel surviving another day. No first blood yet, and we're almost 5 minutes in. Going to be seeing the jungle shops spawn in anytime soon.
And I also want to talk about this mid lane Reza. We haven't really had a chance at Vainglory picking that up. I think mid lane Reza is very underrated, Max. Of course, Reza is a hero that can be played in pretty much every single position bar bot lane, but even then, I'm sure it could work. You know, but I think as a mid laner, Reza has so much strength where he's able to use his kit to secure minion waves from a range, from a distance, but then is able to really focus on. But engagement happening, Max.
Rain power! Let's go. Not able to secure a kill there. Able to secure the CP buff though. That's going to be Bruce securing it for his team. So nice steal there with the Quibble. As smooth as Imperium's bald head. And yeah, able to win that up there.
I hear that cheeky laugh. You know, we're trying to be professional. Production going in there, that is absolutely disgusting. But anyway.
Yeah, we're being professional. Mimi, big boy, Miguel getting shut down, unfortunately. Not able to survive that. That's going to be first blood going over finally to Vainglory.
Yeah, so Vainglory, they're starting to kind of really slightly come back into it. The goal difference has gone back down to 200 between them. That was secured by Squashy. That's what I thought. As he does taunt just that little bit to have a dance at the security of that. But you know, both teams. I do like the fact that the first turret has been secured in bot lane by versus Grind. So it's Pokey and Flower Show. They are working so well together. I do want to see this Rhyme come on board once he does get that first item, maybe even a second item, you know, with those team fights. Let's see what can happen. However, Vainglory, they're doing their best to kind of stay into to carry on this early game. They're secure their jungle. Like I said, the gold difference is minimal. When you look at the builds, we see Pokey's got Serpent's Mask first item. Really preferring that Serpent's Mask to a Sour Blade, which I definitely think is interesting, even on the Gwen. I don't necessarily agree with it, but let's see how it does play out for him. Then you look at the fact that the Finn has got Crucible first item, which is definitely the best choice, and Reza has picked up his Aftershock.
Yeah, definitely huge power spike for this Reza. Trying to probably get a pick onto Squashy. Doesn't have his level 6, doesn't have his combat roll to reposition. That's going to be an impact coming out, but unfortunately not going to be enough. And then V2 diving the turret, taking 2 turret shots, still able to secure that second kill for the side of Vainglory. So now, wait, Riku, are they going to try and engage onto Riku? I think so. They do have the extra move speed there, trying to dive. They're not able to find it quite yet. They are 2v3, so I don't think Miguel wants to go there. He's a little bit on his own, lonely man, home alone. Maybe you want to back off for now, but he's still staying strong. He's just holding his ground. Marine just coming around. He was just keeping him occupied for so long, able to secure that CP buff. Going over to Lolini, double man stun. Miss stuns the Finn, so he can't get stunned. Unfortunately, you guys know that, and that's going to be another kill coming out. Double man route, the steal. First kill going over to MLG finally. As Marine trying to overstep, trying to get an NV2, but not finding it quite yet.
Yeah, but you know, while the kind of engagements were going on and Vainglory were kind of getting the slight better of the engagement, Flower Show Pokey secured another turret in the bot lane, giving them a stronger chance to rotate up to the mid lane, secure the kills. As you see Bruce getting taken out by its Pokey. That's why in the early stages of the game, it comes down to securing the first couple of turrets for your team. You get that job done, Maxman. As unfortunate as kind of is to hear in some way, you get that done. You give yourself so much freedom to rotate as a 5-man team into the map as a Ghostwing security engagement happening, Maxman.
Miguel, Crucible just in time. Nice job. Will he be able to survive? Yes, barely for now at least. That's a 4v3 engage, and it's just not, unfortunately, able to secure a kill quite yet. That's going to be Riku just ulting away. I don't know why, though. He used that ultimate maybe to flank onto Florisho, but his team didn't decide. I think there was a little bit of a miscommunication coming out from Vainglory. So wasted ult from Flicker, but still, 2-2 in the game. We have a 2,000 gold lead going over to the side of MLG, but still, at this point in the game, 2,000 gold lead is not that more impactful. Like, So I'm seeing this impact is like 5, 6, 7,000 gold. Like, it's still anybody's game at this point. Both teams can win.
Of course, Van Union, they've showed that they're able to engage and they're able to secure kills, when it needs to be done. But, when it comes to the overall map control, that is 100% in the favor of Mercy's grind overall. They're kind of dictating the pace of the game as well because they got the first couple of turrets, and they're kind of really rotating the format team on this mid lane.
Be careful trying to engage there. That's going to be another form detonator coming out. Nice CC, nice peeling from this lance. But is it going to be enough? I'm not sure. Impale going to be missing out shortly. Huge trespass there, but just able to stun one member. Oh, the 3-man root from Flicker! Flicker is meta, boys! Let's go! Now they're going to be able to get a nice root. That's going to be Bruce. Unfortunately, getting smacked to the ground. And now the turret just carrying for the side of MLG. Impale does connect block a little bit too late by Real Pancake. And get CC next to the wall. Not going to be able to do much right there, but still, that 3-man root by the Flicker. That was so freaking. That was visual ASMR right there.
And also, Force Accord. Come on, respect for that 3-man Force Accord as well. That was absolutely sensational. But either way, I actually think that went against them because it actually put MLG in a stronger chance of kind of sticking together and securing that team fight. Unfortunately, however, when it comes to skilled ability shots, definitely Vain Union definitely get an A+ for that. However, it doesn't always come down to that. You got to be able to turn that into an advantage. You got to be able to turn that into a kill and turn it into essentially an objective at this point of the game, because we are 11 minutes in. The Black Claw is about to spawn in the next minute. Ghostwing is not up, and Mercer's Grind are just starting to get ever more into this game because they are about 5k gold ahead, and this is where it's starting to go into their favor, Maxman. When you look at the builds, you've got the Lance Squashy on the Fountain Crucible, so really core looking to build into that. I would imagine War Thread's next item, and then you see Maline Luna has Shatter Glass Aftershock, so that is pure damage, knowing that if she does get engaged on, she's gonna kind of get shut down, but gonna do maximum damage in that time frame.
Got a fight coming out. Kame might be going down first in that team fight. Crucible coming up. It's just not enough. Millen picks up the kill onto the box. Aces high does connect onto the yard and gets the CC down. Rikadu gonna try and run away, but he can't. And so can't Reza. Impale coming out. This Lance's MLG. Nice job. And now trying to pick up the last kill onto this Arden that was invisible because of the ultimate flicker, but it's just not going to be working out for him. He's going to be able to barely survive. So there's going to be 4 kills going over to the side of MLG, and they're just completely roller coasting this game so far.
Yeah, it's just that focus to shut down Akami on the Vox, because Vox is the only ranged hero on the side of a unit, and that's where it kind of comes back to draft. You win the draft, you don't necessarily win the game, but you give your team the strongest chance of securing the win. Now, they get the Ghost Ring, but I'm kind of surprised they didn't go for Black Claw. Not necessarily to secure the Black Claw, but to actually bait a team fight with that Ghost Ring buff, Maxman. However, I feel that they feel they are kind of in a comfortable position in this game. They're dictating the pace, they're dictating the team fight, so why rush it? You know, why kind of force something that they potentially might lose, i.e. the Black Claw, when you can just, you know, reformat as a team, regroup, so to speak, get a couple of items on board like the Charm Walker, pick up the Slumbering Husk, and then re-engage with is potentially what MLG are going to look to do when they do group together, because unfortunately it seems that its poke is kind of on his own. However, our Mercy's going to look to engage it either way.
Yeah, probably going to try and look for that engagement of Kame, just getting poked down to smithereens by Lolaninu at this point. And then you see they're starting to slowly get back together into the mid lane. Impale does barely miss out on an NV2. They do get the pull down. He's going to get the trespass. No, he's not going to be able to find it quite yet. But still, they're just pushing back every single member on the side of Vain Union, and just now they're going to be changing their focus over to this Black Claw, and they do have vision over on it. So Flicker did use the ultimate there. That's going to be the full team invisibility. Miguel just a little bit too deep there. Trespass to safety, just gets stunned anyways. Reza just getting completely smacked into the face. Going to try and engage, trying to get the kill onto his pokey. He gets taken down by the Vox. Finally, Lolinino 1v1 against the Kame. Kame stacked up 610 damage per basic stack. That was absolutely insane. Bruce unfortunately goes down in that team fight. That's a 2-for-1 trade going over to the side of MLG. But still, Akame, he's around. He's not ready to secure and give over this objective, this good old Blacklaw. Rain going to try and close the gap. Does get a nice block onto that chill wins. Florisho isn't stacked up on his Dragon's Eye. Impale misses out. Unfortunately, he's still stacking up. Akame doing a lot of work right here. Picks up the lance, picking up probably another kill. He's just completely hugging down Florisho. Florisho goes down still. That's going to be the chill win and also the passive of Rem able to pick up the kill at the end. That's a 1-for-2 trade.
But then again, Blacklaw secured by MLG, yes, because Akame did, and I want to point out, Akame did absolutely fantastic kiting play, being that powerhouse for his team. When it came to that kind of engagement where Akame focused on Luna, and that was good, but where was the rest of his team to support him? They were nowhere. And in that time, because he wasn't with the rest of his team, the rest of his team got starved out because they have no real hard carry on his team. So, you know, Akame, you got to kind of stay with the rest of your team, because even though you have to survive, you have to be with the rest of the team to kind of cause that damage as a team-wide situation. As we do see Blacklaw engaging hard into the mid lane of Vayne Union.
Yeah, trying to get that choke point turret. I don't think they won't be able to find it. They were doing a 3v4 man push there, so it was a little bit of a hard situation for MLG to be able to push and siege up that turret. There will be Len going down that Blacklaw, but though they will change their focus over to the Ghost Ring while Blacklaw is taken away by Vayne Union, so that's a really good decision making coming out from MLG. We're now 15 minutes 40 seconds into the game, 15-6, and really this goal lead, like 7k to 8k goal lead going over to the side of MLG. Just really, at this point, it's really hard to come back from that big of a lead, especially when you're looking at the items. When you see the side of MLG, they have like, their main carries have like 1, 2, 3 items, even maybe 4 items at this point. When you look at the other side, like you see NNV2, he's only got an Aftershock broken mid, he doesn't have his clockwork, doesn't have his defense, so they're really behind in itemization. So what you expect to come out from the side of Vayne Union is just play passive, get your gold, get to level 12, everyone on your team, get them to level 12 as soon as possible, because they're also behind in terms of level, and then look for opportunities, because right now, every single fight you're going to be looking for, you should normally be losing them because you're so far behind.
Exactly, and also just one other thing to point out, something that I kind of didn't think about, which I should have, which again comes back to draft, because Vayne Union have such a draft that is really against that really isn't in their favor to MLG, and because MLG are able to engage hard quite easily, although I'm going to mention that earlier because the Flicker ult has come out.
Double man Impale coming up from the lance. Is that going to be enough? No, this split MLG. What is this game of throws? Florisho should be going down first. He does go down first. Raymond, unfortunately, not able to tank up enough. He doesn't have enough tank items. What's she going to be focused down by Akame? Akame, you maybe should change your focus over to help your team up there in that 4v3. Lance is only one roamer right there. It's not really that needed. Now going to change their focus. Quibble, smash! Bruce Banner being the Hulk, able to get that stun onto Miguel. Gonna get a root there from the Flicker. Trespass does come out. 3-man Trespass. That was really nice coming out from Miguel. And just unfortunately not able to pick up those kills. They won the early fight there, but they just didn't. They just split. Unfortunately, Kami just left his post and just chased after the lance. They could have won that fight, and they could have gone for turrets right after.
100%. That it comes back again to the focus. Again on Akame doing great work, but you've got to stick with the rest of your team to really secure that team fight, to really you know, make it worthwhile and make an engagement beneficial. However, because we're 70 minutes into the game, MLG are just able to regroup. But like I mentioned, like I was kind of in the middle of mentioning, Florisho has gone for pretty much pure damage build with the Dragon's Eye, Eve of Harvest, Broken Myth. And the reason why he's able to do that is because Vayne Union do not have a kite heavy comp. If they had a Samuel, if they had a Celeste, if they had a comp that was able to really kind of draw out Florisho on the Rhyme as the Force Accord is blocked, then he'd have to get more defense. But either way, it's not going towards it, as another teamfight engagement is about to happen, Maxman.
Miguel front line in, that's going to be a 4-man Nether Form Detonator coming up from NNV2. Miguel on the front line, just taking way too much damage. Does he have the Trespass? He does. Doesn't get stunned, unfortunately. That will not be happening for the side of Vayne Union. They pick up the first kill. That's going to be Akame going down, the first casualty on their side. Going to then the Flicker. That's going to be 1/2 kills. They're going to pick up the Finn right after. And this normally should be game over. But maybe not. Like, they still haven't took down any choke point turrets, so it shouldn't be the end quite yet. And then V2 just debating around, just choking at this point. Knows he's going to be able to escape. It's still 3 kills going over to MLG. And they're just not able to find on the side of Vainglory. These clean team fights. They have one opportunity and they were just not able to commit. And if they're 5-on-5 team fight, they're going to have a really hard time picking up these fights. Going to try and get the kill. Miguel does use a Crucible just in time. Nice job. But Miguel normally might be going down. No, barely survives with the Rooster Creep prop. And now they're just going to be changing their focus. MLG going straight for the Rain Crystal. Triad mode activate. Pokey goes down. Kame also goes down, but no, Pokey doesn't go down. Actually, barely survives right there. But that's going to be the end and game for MLG.
Oh man, it was that distraction in top lane. It was really well played by Squashy to join Miguel, not just to kind of keep him live, but to cause that distraction because, you know, Vainglory, that kind of thought was, oh, I can get a kill onto the turn walker. But all the while, you got to have a bit more of an overview. What's the point in trying to secure a kill when the enemy team are bearing down onto your base, taking out the armory, and then looking to take out the Vein Crystal? You gotta respect what is going on, have a bit of an overview, and look to focus in the right direction. We saw it happen a couple of times on the side of Vainglory where Akame drifted away from the rest of his team. I slightly get it because he was pretty much only the real mobile hero on his team, but you still, where the likes of Finn comes into play the most is when the rest of his team groups with him and he becomes that kind of powerhouse support along with the likes of the Arden and even the Flicker. So if he had to stay with the rest of his team in a number of those team fight situations, it could have gone well in the favor of Vainglory. But MLG, they're just, you know, they started where they left off in the previous game, dominating, getting the better of the team fights and just really really knowing when to engage and when to not engage.